I'm gonna be going in depth about how I was able to afford an apartment on my own. This is not like a bragging video at all whatsoever. The whole point of this video is if you have like a limiting belief that you can't afford it, you can't do it, or it's too hard, because right now in society, especially with like a lot of people being like on high student loan debt or just being in that fearful mindset, it just makes you feel like you can't obtain something that you want because of other people's experiences, other situations that you've seen yourself, or even your own past experiences. So even for me, like I literally thought I would never be able to do that completely on my own, especially because I don't know, like you don't really see that often, and especially like no one really says like, yes, like you can do it all on your own. Everyone kind of says like, oh, you know, if you want to move out of your parents' house or you want to move out on your own, you kind of have to do it with a roommate, or you're gonna have to struggle if you're gonna do it all on your own. And I can tell you from my own experiences, it was not a struggle at all. It was actually so liberating. And yes, you do have to watch yourself with how much you're spending and where you're spending your money on, but it's not in a very restricted way like the way people make it out to seem. I kind of want to just give you my tips on like what I pretty much did, what helped me a lot, things that I had already done before that led me to, I guess, being able in a really good place of being on my own and like being able to pay my rent and still have like, you know, a social life and still go shopping and whatnot. I did have the advantage of that I didn't have any debt, and I still don't have any debt. I paid off my student debt loans like a long time ago. I literally like worked my ass off to pay those off because I knew that it wasn't something that I wanted to like have to pay monthly for like X amount of years. So I don't have any student loan debt. If you want me to make a video specifically on like my entire process on how I was able to literally like pay off my entire like student debt, I'm more than happy to do that video, because honestly like no one really talks about that. So my other thing is like limiting your monthly expenses. So kind of like what I talked about in my last video about the 20 things that I no longer spend my money on, that makes the biggest difference. Like there's a few things that, I mean, there was 15, no, was it 20 or 15? It was 15. All those 15 different things that I no longer spend my money on, or I'm a little bit more cautious in the way I'm spending my money, like literally helps so much. So then that way when you are on your own, the only things that you're really worrying about is just like your rent and your utilities, if your utilities are not included in your rent. Literally it makes so much of a difference, because for me specifically, like I get so much anxiety, I start overthinking, I get overworked if I know that I have like 20 things to pay on a monthly basis. Check out that video. I'm telling you, like it will be so helpful. Like even if you pick up a few things from that video, like I'm telling you, like watch that video and it's gonna help you, especially if you are somebody who is really trying to be on your own, find an apartment on your own, and just not be on the struggle bus, because nobody wants to be on the struggle bus. Number 3 is look at your current situation. Think about the job that you have. Think about how much money you're making. Are you happy with this job? Could you be doing better? Could you find something better? Are you up for a promotion? Like, you know, things like that. Because to be honest, like I'm not telling you to literally go quit your job and like that's it. Absolutely not. But find something that's gonna pay your worth. That's how I like to look at it. Like find something that's gonna pay your worth. Okay, you want to live on your own, the rent where you live costs XYZ, do like an Excel sheet and stuff, you calculate the numbers, you figure out how much you kind of need to make on a monthly basis and then on a yearly basis, and kind of like start looking for jobs that will pay you around that range, so that technically like you can be in that place of being completely on your own. Now, it doesn't even have to be like a different job. It could just be like, okay, like do you have a side hustle? Like do you do things also on the side that can make you extra money, where it's like that can go towards your utility bills? And again, like I'm not trying to say this like go and quit your job or like go into a job that you hate. That's not what I'm saying at all. But like literally if you've been in the same position for like a really long time, or you just feel like you're not being compensated for it and you feel like it's holding you back from living the type of life that you want, like I'm I mean, I'm gonna root for you. Like, I'm gonna root for you to find something that's gonna give you your worth and give you that life that you are desiring for. Because, hello, like, we only live once. Like, you gotta go for it, and I'm cheering you on for it. Like, if this is what you want, literally do it. Another thing that really helped me, that may not work for everybody, I feel like this mainly works for people who live in cities, is so I personally do not have a car. Like, I did not have a car. I specifically looked for an apartment community that is right outside of Boston, that I'm able to commute in and out very quickly and easily and efficiently, and like not requiring me to have a car. I also did have some supermarkets around me, so I didn't always have to like get on an Uber or something like that too. I guess this is kind of, I don't want to say controversial, but it's very different for everybody, because I know having a car is so essential for some people. For me, it was not essential at all. If you kind of like rethink about where you are, where you want to live, what you want to do, does a car really, is it a huge factor in the way you want to be? So like, if you want to live in a city or something like that, do they have public transportation? And I don't mean buses, I mean train, because train is so much more efficient than buses. But I don't know, it's something to also consider and think about. Okay, so my very last thing is, this is a little bit more on like the spiritual side, law of attraction. Start journaling about what you want, what you're looking for in your new space, and what you want in your independent life, and you know, living on your own or being on your own or stuff like that. Like, start writing this down, because there is a video that I did make. I'm forgetting the name of it right now, but I will link it right up here, and I will also link it right down below in the description. I think one huge thing is, like, wherever it is that you want to live, before you can even get there, go and look at these apartments. Like, you know how right now you're probably like on the internet, like dreaming about these apartments, like, oh my god, this is so beautiful, this is so nice. Okay, call the leasing office and be like, I'm a prospect or whatever, or walk in if they're allowing that, and literally take a tour. Like, walk it, see how you feel, because this is literally, I'm not even kidding you, this is what I did, and I didn't even do it on purpose, but I realize now the power in that so much, because it motivated me so much more to literally like do whatever it was that I needed to do, like whether it was to be like in a better job position and stuff like that, or you know, have better finances, create better budgets, or limit some of my expenses in one area and whatnot. If there is a place that you want to live at, it's like, go and tour the place, go and see how you feel, because sometimes you may look at it from a different perspective when you're looking at it online. And then once you're there, you're gonna be like, oh no, I didn't get the same feeling as I was getting like online. Don't wait until like that moment of, you know, where your finances get better. Go and see how you feel in that apartment, community complex, or just like, you know, house or whatever it is. I hope these tips were helpful. I hope that they can like motivate you, empower you, or just like, I don't know, make you think of things like from a different lens, especially if you have people or just surroundings around you, or just having like certain things around you that don't make you feel like you can get there or you will get there. Yeah, especially like, you know, those negative Nancy's like, oh, you know, you should roommate or like a this or like that. It's all about how you approach it, how you look at it, having a positive mindset about it, and you know, really knowing that this is truly what you want. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed to my channel, and yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video, and let me know if you guys want me to do how I paid off my student loan video, because I'm more than happy to do that for you guys. So I'll see you guys in my next video, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.